Or a monster truck? A space monster truck!
I've been doing more tweaking, and the set seems to be playing pretty well. So I think it's time to reinstall the full-size picture tube, because I'm not going to get a full sense of how the set will play without the real picture tube in there. Especially when it comes to brightness and contrast, because when I adjust, say, the brightness, it's altering the voltage on one of the CRT pins. Well, this CRT is meant to be compatible with a wide range of CRTs, so it's not necessarily going to be optimal for the voltage range that I'm getting with this control. Before I put the picture tube back in, I figured I'd clean it off a little, and like the chassis, it seems to be coated with nicotine or something, probably around a heavy smoker. Notice there's only this much conductive coating. I guess that's enough capacitance to filter the high voltage, plus there's a high voltage capacitor inside that box to filter it as well. So I don't want to clean that off, I just want to clean this area around here. I already got the neck cleaned up, and then I'm going to reinstall it. I fired it up with the full-size CRT and had exactly the same problem as a small test CRT. So I went back into the set, went over things and traced things out, and had to look at several versions of the schematic because nothing quite matches. They seem to have made a number of evolutions of the video amp circuits. Well, I finally think I found the problem. Pin 2, 12BY7. Should have a 470K to ground, a 560 going off. Two other circuits. Wow. And this set happens to have two 560s, whatever. 560, 470, both pretty close. Well, there's one of them which was measuring like 800 and something, so it's high, but not crazy high. But here is the other 560, which is measuring 6.4 meg. More than 10 times what it should be, so I think that is the problem. So I'm going to replace both of these 560s and fire it up yet again, and hopefully this will finally solve the problem, because that's in the video amp circuit. The sound sounds fine, the tuner's working, the IF is working. It really does seem like it's isolated to the video amp, so I'm hoping this will do the trick. I'm pretty darn sure I measured them earlier, but because one's going to ground and one's going to 260, they're going to be in parallel with other components in the set. So they really needed to have one end clipped out to be tested properly. I pretty much tested or replaced everything else in that circuit, so I'm really hoping that this does the trick. Sherlock Holmes had a saying along the lines of, if you've eliminated all the other possibilities, whatever's left has to be the answer. And oh yes, indeed, that looks much better. Rotating the contrast control through its entire range, no negative image. Instead of being just harsh black and white, definitely have shades of gray now.
Alright, now Jesse, you're the history teacher. Now the alien creature will come through that door and suck out your brain.
Why can't he suck out your brain?
Because someone already did.
Pretty darn good picture too. Alright, cool. A little deoxide on that volume control. It's a little noisy. The linearity looks pretty darn good too, but I'll hook up a test pattern generator and make sure that it indeed is adjusted correctly. There's vertical linearity and height control on the back for that, and a drive control to just horizontal linearity. which I think is going to leave one major task, which is to do something about this. Picture centered pretty well as is, though, so I don't know how critical these centering rings really are. So this is what I'm talking about here. This is the yoke cover, what I got on the back of this thing right here, and it's got two metal rings that are slightly magnetic that should fit around here, and you can rotate them with these tabs, and you use those to center the screen. But I gotta wonder how necessary that really is, especially looking at this letterbox content. You can see there's pretty much an equal gap at the top and bottom, and just a little bit more on the left. There's a channel that actually fills the whole screen. So, this is how content would normally be if you're watching older 4.3 content. You can see the width is a little bit too big because the station logo is kind of off to the side here. We'll see about that. Usually the problem with these sets is insufficient width, not too much width. So hopefully with the drive control, and there is a width coil too, hopefully between those two can adjust things to get that back. Oh, the station logo looks correct here. Well, yeah, so in other words, I think we're just down to the final tweaks, which is fantastic.
Busted pinpoints anomalies, just like these. Okay, J28AE87. Is this area over here? Right there. Okay, yeah.
Nice bright picture too.
Oh, you're right. Well, Dave, we're not just guessing here. Get 3 dozen barrels down there.
Yeah, we got something here. I got a couple barrels.
I can't believe this.
Dad, why don't you get away from there?
I see iron ore, rust.
Yeah, this stuff is nasty. It's definitely iron.
That was cold-blooded.